Very warm good morning to all audience, my co-panelists, organizers, Namaskar. First of all, it is one of the very sunny days in the harsh, cold winter of Delhi. Sun was shining like anything when I started my journey from home to the venue. So that is a ray of a change which I have to endorse. So I think it's a good omen, and what all conversations, discussions we are likely to have, they are likely to put you all to some advantages in terms of our delivery, outcome, benefit to the stakeholders. I would like to endorse the statements made by my co-panelists when Buddhaji talked of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. I would just say the government has been proactive in all sectors, all spheres of our day-to-day life, where we can regain our Indian pride. We can feel a transformation from developing nation to a developed nation through various kind of missions, whether it is Skilling India, Digital India, Stand Up India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Swachh Bharat. All these things are leading towards only one goal: how to get back the crown of Wish Guru, how to break the global barriers. I do agree today we are a global village. The technology has broken the barriers. How to make my students, my engineers, my doctors, my nurses to have a free mobility across the globe. There is no barrier. They are not supposed to pass any additional examination when they join the employment in any of the foreign countries. My degrees, my diplomas, my certificates are recognized by them. They are honored as we reciprocate their degree and diplomas. So that is one of the challenges which I clearly foresee. Second thing which has been talked is NEP. I would really like to congratulate the government, the framers of NEP, Honorable Kasturi Rangan ji and all esteemed members who really did a lot of hard work, labor, and kind of a democratic process they followed when they devised this document. It is a titized document. It cannot be denied. Irrespective of our political affiliations, sometimes we try to find fault or try to have a negative observation, but at the end of the day, we all would agree that it is a wonderful document. Now, the only challenge is how far we succeed in implementing. Are we ready with our action plan at the level of government, at the level of school, at the level of management, at the level of teacher? Have we break down the action plans? Do we know our roles and responsibilities? In my understanding, we need to spend some time to break down the action plan where I devise the roles and responsibilities to each and every individual who is a stakeholder in this education ecosystem as of now. And that would really bring a transformational change. Third thing, technology is definitely entering into each and every aspect of our life, whether it is our day-to-day life, our education, our profession, entertainment, and so on. And we are finding a sea change the way we travel, the way we work, the way we live, the way we think, the way we decide, and so on. But at the end of the day, this academic audience would agree with one of my statements that you cannot eliminate teacher, you cannot eliminate chalk and talk, you cannot eliminate personal interaction, the trust, the credibility, the bonding of teacher and student. It's not only learning, the textbook learning or the classroom learning or the laboratory instruction, which we may receive through any of the automated machine-based thing, at the end of the day, it is our peer learning, our interactions outside the classroom, the way we learn, way of life. The school education is not only I am making you learn it in mathematics, physics, chemistry, English, social sciences. I am trying to make you how to cope up the life challenges, how to meet the stress, how to analyze a situation, how to find a solution, when to act, how to behave in a given set of circumstances to develop that kind of ability. And for that kind of an arrangement, at the end of the day, it is the teacher and the student who make it out. So, we can use technology, we can have intervention of technology, but the teacher is the key. Now this technology has added one challenge to the teacher. Because what all you are teaching in the class, student says, I know, I have looked at Google. Google Baba is telling me everything. What's new? So now the challenge before teacher is how to look beyond Google. How to guide what to search, what not to search. What all is available, how to edit, how to understand. How to update yourself, how to innovate new knowledge. So this is a big challenge for our teaching fraternity in this technological explosion era. And how do we match it? The times would tell us. Next thing I would like to touch the topic of the day, evaluation of for inclusive something. Gautam and Kumar has given something very tough. For me, like a Hindi medium pass out, it's difficult to even spell out. Ameliorating education for inclusive growth. Again, I try to go to Google Baba and what is ameliorate. I don't know whether it is giving the right information or wrong, but I would just read out what I could find. Ameliorate traces back to melior, the Latin adjective meaning better, and is a synonym of the verbs better and improve. When is it better to use ameliorate? If a situation is bad, ameliorate indicates that all the period when something good is getting better still, the improved his successful program, she bettered the impressive scores. It is a kind of definition which I could find. So what I can make out, it is betterment of education for inclusive growth. Anupam, am I right?
Yes, sir.
It makes the sense?
Yes, sir. Makes the sense.
One dimension of inclusion was made by Yadav Sir, and it's a wonderful wider connotation of inclusiveness. Because as far as inclusiveness in government system is concerned, we have been trained to understand inclusive means when we have a right kind of partnership, collaboration, participation of weaker sections of the society. It may be scheduled caste, it may be scheduled tribe, it may be other backward classes, it may be physical challenged persons, it may be women, and so on. But I think here the inclusive doesn't limit itself to this definition. Here inclusion means coming of all stakeholders together, looking forward for a synchronized approach for improvement and betterment of education. That is what it means. And really, it is the need of the hour when we all start thinking improvement in quality. But the big challenge is how do we define quality? What is quality? Is it NAS? Is it the source? Is it the IIT or medical examination being cracked by cost of your schools? Or are you making a right kind of a citizen, right kind of a human being, right kind of a person who contributes to the society with their kind of education which you have imparted in your school system? The integrity, the ethics, what you have taught, the team learning, the leadership, the initiative, the dynamism, what you have taught. In my understanding, when we talk of inclusion, it's not only inclusion in those terms which I have been talking, it is inclusion in terms of knowledge, skill, way of life, human behavior, traits of a citizen, traits of a human being. Am I offering amalgamation of all these traits and characters to the pupil who enters into my school? That is, in my understanding, inclusion. One more last point I would just like to touch. 85% of education system, school education system, is in government hands. The data which we talk around is 15 lakh schools are existing in the country, which includes all kind of schools, aided, government, private, public, single teacher, village, co-ed, and so on. The level of education beyond cosmopolitan, beyond NCR, beyond cities is not very exciting, is not very encouraging. Whether it is terms of infrastructure, whether it is terms of human resources, everything is a challenge. Only today morning I happen to have a headline. The ASER report says the reading ability has come down. I have a maid who works for 16 hours a day to make an earning of 24,000 rupees per month. And out of which she spends 8,000 on the school education fee for her two daughters. She is entitled for free education, free books, cycle, scholarships, free food, but not in the government school. But she doesn't want to send her wards into a government school in a city like Chandigarh. So really, it is an eye-opener what is happening to our government school education system. Why we are not attractive towards that system. Why we are looking forward for only private school education system. In Indian context, it is termed as public schools. Why there is such a diversification from government system to the private system? Why the government system is unable to cope up the kind of expectation which the stakeholder has? Government pays best of the salaries. Government tries to develop the right kind of infrastructure. The government has a structured mechanism, but we are failing. On the other hand, if I look at the higher education system, the government college or the government institution is the first choice. Why this gap? Why this absolutely 180-degree phase out? We all policy framers need to really bang on, brainstorm how to bring a phase shift into this thought process of we Indian citizens. Why I am saying so? Because when we say inclusive, we come out of inclusivity the day we start looking forward for everybody tries to join that 15% schools leading the 85% schools. The dichotomy sets in. It is exclusivity, it is not inclusivity. So these are few of the challenges, and as a growing economy, growing country, where I am looking forward for enhancement of gross enrollment ratio from 29-30% to 50% in another 7 years to go, the school education becomes more important. We have to shift our focus from quantification to quality based learning. Instead of imparting lot of width and depth of the curricular pedagogy, we have to focus to create good human beings who succeed in all walks of life because they are trained in such a manner. I would like to really convey my thanks for this wonderful audience to give a patient, long hearing, and to the organizers to give me an opportunity to be with you, and to my co-panelists who could set a tone and guide me to carry forward the agenda of the day. Thanks, namaskar, jai hind.